Let me show you how to use your distance formula to answer a few questions here that you may see on your ACT. We want to find the distance between 2 points on a graph, and those points are 4, 5, 9, -2. You will use this long distance formula, the square root. You'll subtract your 2x's squared, and you'll do the same thing with your 2y's squared. So we have 4 and 5, 9 and -2, so we'll subtract the 2x's, and we'll subtract the 2y's. I was always taught when you subtract the negative, you're actually adding. You can start typing this into your calculator, but I'm going to do a little bit of the math in my head. 4 take away 9 is -5. -5 squared is 25. 5 and 2 make 7. 7 squared is 49. 25 plus 49, 74. We are to find approximately how many coordinate units. Go to my calculator, figure out the square root of 74, and that is 8.6, which is approximately 9. Next question. What is the distance in the coordinate units? In coordinate units, subtract my 2x's squared, subtract my 2y's. -4 take away 1 is -5. -5 squared is 25. -6 take away 3 is -9. -9 squared is positive 81. 25 and 81. Answer C. Next question. What is the distance? Same type of problem. Subtract my 2x's. Subtract my 2y's. 6 take away 3 is 3. 3 squared is 9. 2 plus 7 is 9. 9 squared is 81. This gives us the square root of 90. Square root of 90. 9.4. Let's find us a match. 9 second radical 10. A is not an answer. 3 square root of 10. We have a match. Our answer is B. On a map of Truetown in standard form, where one coordinate is 1 block, the firehouse, just a story. The firehouse is at -7, 2. My distance formula. Take the x's and subtract those. Take the 2y's and subtract those. Since they gave us the point, there is no reason to make that drawing. -7 take away 3 is -10. -10 squared is 100. 2 take away -4 is 6. 6 squared is 36. The square root of 136. It's obviously not 8 or 4 or 136. Square root 136. Let's find us a match. 2 seconds, square root 34. We have a match. Our answer is C. A middle school is located 2 miles here. I will need to do a drawing. 2 miles south, 3 miles east. South is down, east is to the right. So 2 down, 3 to the right puts me at +3, -2. That is the middle school. A high school is located 4 miles north. 1, 2, 3, 4 north. 2 miles west. On the coordinates, that's going to be -2, +4. That's the high school. Which of the following is the shortest distance? So we're finding that distance. Distance is equal to, subtract your x's, subtract your y's. -2 take away 3 is -5. -5 squared is 25. 4 take away -2 means we're going to be taking 4 and adding it to 2, which is 6. 6 squared is 36. 25 and 36. 61. Choice D. Tomas is standing 50 feet due west of a picnic table and 120 feet due south of a water fountain. All right, those aren't points or anything. I'm going to create a graph, and I'm going to put Thomas here in the middle. It says he is standing 50 feet due west. So that means the picnic table is to his east. So I'm going to go over here 50, and that's where the picnic table is. And if I go to the right 50, I'm at the point 50, 0. And he is standing 120 feet due south. So that means the water fountain is north of him. So up here, your x would be 0, and you would have 0, 120. How far apart? Distance formula. You could do the Pythagorean theorem. Subtract my x's, 0 take away 50 squared plus 120 take away 0 squared. Negative 50 squared is 2,500. 120 squared add those together, we get 169 with 2 zeros, and the square root of that is 130. I recognize the number. Choice is A. Margaret, Alice, and Trevor are start walking from the same point in the center of the schoolyard. If Margaret walks 5 feet south and 8 feet or 6 feet due east, here's where Margaret is. As a point, though, that would be 6 to the right, 5 down. Margaret. Alice walks 7 feet due north, 6, 7, and 8 west. So here is where Alice is at. As a point, you would go left and right first. That's a negative 8 and 7 up. Here is where Alice is. Trevor walks to the point halfway between them. So somewhere in the middle here is where Trevor's going to be. Let's use our midpoint formula. To find midpoint, you take your 2 x's and you add those together and divide by 2. You take your 2 y's, add those together, divide by 2. So the 2 x's, negative 8 and 6. The 2 y's, 7. Negative 8 and 6 makes negative 2. Negative 2 divided by 2 is negative 1. 7 plus negative 5 is 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. So Trevor is at negative 1, 1. Right there's where Trevor is. How far from the original starting point is Trevor? So we want to find this little distance right there. So from Trevor, here's Trevor, we want to find the distance back to the origin. Distance is equal to, subtract your x's, subtract your y's. Negative 1 take away 0 is negative 1. Negative 1 squared is a positive 1. 1 take away 0 is also positive, was 1. When we square that, we get a positive 1. Square root of 2. Square root of 2 is choice C. Have a nice day.